There's a crowd. Welcome, everybody, to the Mindset Ministry Mastermind. I'm Amber DeBevick, your Mindset Ministress, coming to you from Key West, Florida, sunny Key West, Florida. And I'm here along with my Mastermind Alliance, Elvire Smith, who's here from Phoenix.
Good morning.
Hello. And then we have Markel Thompson from Chicago.
What's going on, everybody? Good morning. Good morning.
Cool. We have some other mindset ministers, but they're on the West Coast. They must be sleeping late today. So maybe they'll hop on later. We'll see. And we're going to get started right away, though, because you know this is a mindset training. So we're glad you're here. We're glad you're watching this. If you're somebody who is, in the online marketing world, maybe you're offline marketing, maybe you just have your own business, and you want to be more successful and have a more positive attitude and outlook on life. And actually, they say 80% of our success comes from mindset. So we take our mindset so seriously in this mastermind, and we allow you to watch our inner circle as we mastermind together. So you're kind of a fly on the wall, really. You have to be in our inner circle to be on the mastermind. But we figure, we know that we have to give more than we receive. So we record this so that we can share it with you guys so that you can benefit and grow, because the more people you help, the more successful you'll be, and we want to be successful. So we're just giving value, giving value, giving value. We don't even know who you are who's watching this, but we do invite you, if you want, to be mentored by one of us, to hit us up on Facebook. We have our names on the bottom thing. And then we mention our last names too. We're all in the online marketing world in different various companies. So there's something for everyone here. And if you just want mindset training, then you're in the right place too. So without further ado, we're going to start. I think we're on our part 4 of accurate thinking. We study the 17 principles of success from Napoleon Hill, from Your Right to Be Rich and the Science of Success workbook. And we've been studying for weeks and weeks and weeks, and we never stop, because, success is like exercise. And once you stop, you lose the muscle. So we just are always, moving forward with our studying of our principles and listening to audios, reading books. That's what we have to do in order to keep moving forward. Otherwise, we can easily slide backwards. And if we don't use what we have, and if we don't give it away, we lose it. So welcome, and we're glad you're here. So Markel, do you want to go on screen share? We're going to read. We always read together, and then we discuss. Markel's I'm going to pull it up on the screen. There we go. Awesome.
Can you guys see that?
Yep.
All right. So we just finished doing the 8 steps, or the 8 principles. So I'm going to start from right here.
Can you make it a little bit bigger?
Yes, I can. How's that?
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
No problem. All right. The combined application of these 8 principles, when they are supported by the principle of accurate thinking, constitutes organized thought of the highest order. There can be no combined application of these principles without intense, continuous, and persistent action in carrying out your goals and purpose. These principles generate power only through use. Moreover, their application must not be intermittent, but must become a controlled habit. You will know by your own state of mind when the habit has become properly fixed, for then you will experience a continuous feeling of enthusiasm about your plans, and you will be guided by a faith in your ability to achieve your objective. This enthusiasm will inspire you to action during every conscious moment, and it will inspire you through the subconscious section of your mind even while you sleep. You need not be surprised when your subconscious mind awakens you from sleep with an idea or a plan that will be useful in reaching your goals. For this has been the experience of every person who has acquired the art of accurate thinking. Work will no longer be drudgery, but it will be a pleasure in which you will eagerly engage. Strange circumstances will begin to happen outside of your mind that will give you hope and courage. People will begin to cooperate with you in a more friendly spirit and without your requesting them to do so. Unexpected opportunities favorable to the attainment of your definite major purpose will spring up all around you. Your imagination will become keener and more alert. You will work longer hours with less fatigue. You will experience better health than you previously enjoyed. Gradually, the dark glasses of despair you may have been wearing will change their color. You will see the world around you through the crystal clear glasses of hope and faith, because you will have changed the entire tempo of vibration in your being. With this change will come an improvement in your financial, social, and occupational or professional status. Defeat may overtake you as it overtakes everyone at times, but you will use it as a challenge to greater effort, because you will have discovered that organized thought is an irresistible force that is capable of making stepping stones out of the stumbling blocks of defeat. How could anyone be permanently defeated who has acquired the ability to transmute every emotion, every feeling, every fear, and every worry into a positive driving force for the attainment of definite ends? This is precisely what organized thinking enables you to do. It organizes all the faculties of your mind and conditions them for the expression of faith. Thoughts are things, and it is significant that thought is the only power over which you have been given the right of complete control. The connotations of this philosophical statement are stupendous. It implies that the Creator intended the power of thought as the medium by which you may shape and control your lives. The implication is further sustained, as we shall see when we reach the principle of universal law, by the Creator who provides us with a practical method by which thought may be organized, controlled, and directed to any desired end. Russell Conwell, a young minister, stopped to chat with a janitor of his church and picked up the inspiration of an idea from the conversation. He expressed that idea in a written lecture called Acres of Diamonds. He delivered this lecture more than 6,000 times and made it yield many millions of dollars, a portion of which was used to build Temple University of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. There is no fixed price on the value of organized thinking, but there is no power in thought until it is organized and directed to a definite end and implemented by intelligent action. The habit of accurate, organized thinking pays off. There is no limit to the amount it pays when you put it into intelligent action, except the mental limitations that you set up in your own mind. All achievements, great or small, are the result of organized thinking put into action. Genius or chance has nothing to do with achievements. If it did, then all normal people are genius. For everyone can produce the miracles of success by the simple process of taking possession of their mind and directing it toward definite ends. From there on, the mind performs its miracles in its own way, just as it will perform similar miracles for you if you know what you want and are determined to get it. Fortunately, the function of the brain has been so constructed that no great amount of skill or understanding of its nature is required to use it effectively. The operation is so simple that you have only to know precisely what you want and to impress a clear picture of your goals in your mind. The profound mysteries of the human mind may never be fully known, but already enough is known of their nature and scope and the means of drawing upon the power of the mind to enable anyone with a normal brain to convert mind power into anything desired. Should I continue?
Yeah, let's stop there for now. That's great.
Okay.
Go ahead, you can talk first, Markel.
I'll let you go ahead so I can get my thoughts and my notes together mentally because I wasn't able to write anything.
Okay. You know what? I will talk because I was actually totally relating to that. This is such great stuff. But it's like right just now starting to resonate with me, you know, success seems to be totally connected, of course, to organized thinking. And I'm just now realizing really what organized thinking is. I mean, like right now, because you know how we can create anything that we want in our lives with our minds. But like my challenge personally has always been knowing what I want, you know, and I mean, we have to be laser focused on the vision of who we want to be, you know, why we're doing this, what our definite major purpose is. And if we're not laser focused and targeted on that crystal clear, it doesn't, well, I'm not going to say it doesn't happen, but the chances of it happening are very slim. So for me, I've known this. Like, I don't expect these, you know, like miraculous results if I'm not crystal clear on what I want. You know what I mean? Like, I know that that's how it goes. And we can embrace our struggles. Like, if we're struggling, you know, financially, it's okay, because it just means, you know, that there is a breakthrough coming down the road if we start organizing our thoughts and practicing these principles that we're studying here. So the funny thing is, last night, and I've watched this video a bunch of times. You know, there's a Tony Robbins video, the one with Frank Kern in it, and that other guy, John, somebody too, you know, the Guru Syndicate. And I've watched that a bunch of times, but I watched it last night. In fact, I listened to it, you know, in bed. I put it on my phone and was listening to it. And I think I listened to it about 6 times throughout the night, sleeping and in this morning. And it Tony Robbins talks about, you know, having to totally envision in our minds exactly. We have to see ourselves, you know, like a tennis player, you know, can hit the tennis ball and get the perfect shot in their mind every time, or a free throw with a basketball. You know, you can do it in your mind perfectly every time. But with like success and entrepreneurship, for me, how do I get that image? I haven't been able to conjure that image up in my mind of what the perfect free throw would be like in my mind for my success, you know, for my who I want to be. And I have another book that I read. I was reading it last night, and it's called How to Manifest Success. And it talked about meditating, you know, 15 minutes a day in the morning and 15 minutes in the evening, and, you know, basically, you know, breathing and bringing our energy, you know, kind of through our bodies, which makes our mind crystal focused. Because I've had focus problems, you know, I don't know if it's ADD or what, but I have a very hard time, you know, focusing or expressing words that are in my mind, or even writing, I don't know. So I just started today the meditation, and after the 15 minutes of meditation, you spend 5 to 10 minutes visualizing the person you want to be, or, you know, or your definite major purpose, you know, exactly what it is, even if it's a number, like, you know, $15,000 a month, leader, you know, I don't know what it is. Everybody's is different, you know, and I have an offline business too, so it gets a little confusing with both of them, but I think I have to focus on who I want to be and my why, like, why am I doing this? So the meditation and the visualization, you know, is what's been missing. I haven't been doing that. So I'm going to start practicing that now, you know, clearing the mind first, getting crystal focused, and then envisioning, you know, my definite major purpose, whatever it is. And that's the other key, is coming up with a definite major purpose. You know, we have a printout sheet that we fill out, you know, with Think and Grow Rich, and it's a number, usually a number followed by what we intend to give in exchange of that monetary number, you know. And I still need to hone in on my definite major purpose more crystal clear, because I know for a fact until I do that, until I know that, what that is, and have a clear vision, I can't visualize, and I can't manifest if I can't visualize, you know. So that's what I'm going to be working on now, and I wanted to just tell everybody that. And I think that's part of what organized, well, for me, this is just what I'm getting. I might be wrong, but organized thinking could be, you know, getting the definite major purpose, getting the vision in our mind, being able to visualize it. You know, that's organizing my thoughts. If I don't do that, I'm just running around thinking all day, and that really doesn't help that much. It just creates a lot of noise up there. It's not going to manifest. unless I'm obsessing and thinking negative things, you know, which I definitely don't want to do, but I do that too. I think about what I don't have or I don't want. It just comes in there. So getting that clear vision will give me something to focus my thoughts on, you know, that's going, and it will create success. I'm so good at manifesting. I've always manifested anything I've ever wanted or needed. And, you know, now I just need to apply it to this. So if you're, I don't know if you guys got anything out of that, but I guess that's what I have for now.
What was that book? What was that book, Amber?
It's called Manifesting Success. How to Manifest Success. I don't know the exact. I'll get the exact title for you.
And who was it? Who wrote it?
I don't know. I have to go get it. It's on my Kindle. I'll send it to you later in Facebook.
Okay.
No,
You can go up there.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, that was good stuff. I enjoyed that very much, what you said. And indeed, that video by Tony Robbins, I've watched it twice. But you know what? It's actually, I need to listen to it again because there is so much in it. It's I don't know who the third guy is. Indeed, it's Tony Robbins with Frank Kern and another guy. It's a couple of years old, but it's so good. And these guys are in their industry. They're so on the top of the list. It's amazing, and it reminds me of the story. And I don't know who said that, where I wrote that about Michael Phelps. You know, the swimmer, the Olympic gold swimmer. What he did, his coach was phenomenal, but what he did was he put himself totally, you could almost call it a trance, but he was so focused. He knew exactly when to breathe, what the stroke was, how to do this, and that's what he got himself totally in that way of being. Before he started to swim, and as he was swimming, he was continuing to play that movie over and over and over and over and over again. That's what he's been doing. That's why he became such a success. And you know, it is the laser focus. It is just shutting out everything that could influence us. It's the accurate thinking. And here's what I have learned is that 85% of the thoughts that we have on a daily basis is the same thought that we thought yesterday and the day before and the week before and the months before. It's just all sorts of stuff in our head. 10% of what we have on a daily basis is we allow ourselves to be influenced by what we see around us. You know, we allow ourselves by, and this is why I have such a challenge with, first of all, with television, but also just going shopping. There's always music and advertising screaming, not only in the supermarket, but on the parking lot for all sakes. I mean, for Pete's sakes, when can I have some peace of mind? So you have the billboards. Nowadays, I don't know where you live, but where I live in Phoenix, we have these, it's like these big television screens and the billboard, and you cannot help watching it because you're driving and you see something flash and you go like, what is it? And then you see it and the mind is so fast that you pick up the message. But is that message really helping you or hurting you? That's the question. 99 out of 100 times, it is absolutely of no importance and it's not helping you. So it's hurting you. It's hurting you in the way that it's distracting you from what you really want to focus on, which leads me to about maybe 5% of the thoughts that you have on a daily basis, which is original thought, which is thought that is generated from the universe to you. Because excuse me if I step on toes, and I really, I've come to this conclusion. You are nothing but a vehicle for the voice of the universe, and you can call it God, you can call it Buddha, you can call it ultimate intelligence. I don't care what you call it. That's what you are. You are a soul living in a human being. You be. That's what it is. It's a flesh vehicle. So you just basically, you either follow orders and you have a grand life, or you start to struggle by just listening to all that other mumbo jumbo that is old stuff that doesn't really bring you success. So the accurate thinking, the way I look at it, is also the focused thinking, cutting out all distraction, the focused thinking towards, as Amber said, where are you going? What is your choice in life? How do you choose to express yourself? What is your passion? What is your desire? There's nothing wrong with the word desire. Often the word desire is only connected to the act of sex. So silly. Desire is the word for what brings us the highest joy, and trust me, sex doesn't bring you the highest joy. Maybe for a fleeting second, but that's where it ends. What brings you a lasting, desireful feeling, desireful joy? That is knowing that you're going somewhere, serving other people's, help them along the way. That's, enthusiasm. What does the word enthusiasm mean? You can cut it in pieces. En means in, theos is God. So what do you get? You're in harmony with God again. I can talk about this for hours, but I love to hear. Markel, give me your feedback on this, please.
First of all, I want to agree with what you're saying about the focusing and having all of these outside distractions, like the billboards, like the television, like even social media. Sometimes, it all distracts you from being a individual thinker, and you become a collective thinker, which is what a lot of people do. They just don't even research for themselves sometimes. I can't say everybody, because I know for sure that we do it, but it's majority of people would rather listen to other people's opinions rather than to go do their own research and find their own answer. And the one thing that I like about reading this is when it says that defeat may overtake everyone, and it usually does, because I actually been going through some temporary setbacks and some defeats, but I know that I had to go through that to get to where I'm at now, because, I feel like God will test you to see if you really want what you're asking for. It say asking is given, but you got to be ready to go through the things that's going to come in your way. Like, you want to be a leader, you have to first be a follower or a good student in order to become a leader and try to lead other people from one place to the next place. So for me, it was basically changing myself, because I want to help people change. So first, what I had to do, I had to completely reprogram myself. I don't watch TV because it's not beneficial to me. I don't watch the news because, anything I want to find out, I just research it myself and get my own answer, because I found out to think accurately, that is basically thinking on your own and forming your own answers, and not necessarily taking advice from others, but being guided by others to point you in the right direction, and then you do the proper necessary research on your own after that. And that's what I've been doing, because a belief is nothing but a thought that you think repeatedly. That's what a belief is. And like you said out there, we wake up and have those same old thoughts from yesterday, the same old thoughts regurgitating. That's what I call it, regurgitating thoughts, and to promote growth in the future, you got to let go of the past. You got to use it as, like, basically use it to your advantage. The past is the past. You know what happened, and you know what you want to happen. So you use what happened, if you don't want it to happen anymore, to use that right now in the present, because all we have is right now. So you use right now to start conducting what you want to see in the future, and stop repeating what already happened. And that's what I got. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Can I just throw in one thing?
Yes.
Cut the word happen. Nothing happens.
Yes.
You create it. You create it. And if you go like, yeah, but the circumstances happened. You chose to have a experience in a certain situation, and you, through your subconscious, very deep subconscious desire, attracted that situation to you. You are a magnet. Always, always, always. You attract everything to you. Nothing happens. You create it, whether you understand that at this point in time or not. Even accidents. You go like, I didn't ask for that car accident. I didn't ask to break my leg. You know what? You did. But on such a deep subconscious level that you can't even comprehend it, but there is something in there that you chose to experience. So your words, they sometimes call me Mrs. Wordsmith. Your words, doesn't it say in the Bible, Markel, Amber, because I wasn't raised with the Bible, doesn't it say in the Bible somewhere, your word is your wand?
Your word is law.
Your W-A-N-D, your wand, you're like your magic wand. Your word is your wand. Whatever you say, what you throw out, the energy of a word, you will attract back to you exactly what you threw out. It's like a boomerang. It always comes back to you. So the word happen is approximately detrimental to your life. write it down and put it on the wall, print it out, and put a big cross through it. And pause. Sometimes you have to pause before you say something. I still make the mistake. I mean, for Pete's sakes, I've been focusing on this now for probably close to 1.5, 2 years to eliminate certain words. So I've been using it a little bit over at least 5 decades, that word. I've heard it, I've seen it. So do your best. Go for it, Markel.
The word happen is a hard one to replace. I find myself using it a lot too, but I'm conscious of it because of you, Elvire. You know, but I
go again. And you know, I don't really care for doing this, but I'm catching you again. Is happen is a hard word. When you say it's hard, it is. Whatever you say it is, it is. That's the meaning that you give to something. Nothing has meaning until you give it meaning. So there is so much to be vigilant about. It's so exciting, and you know, it's I don't know. It's just this growth that's just taking place. It's so exciting. It's my desire to become a better person today than I was yesterday. That's the only competition that I'm in, is with myself.
Right. Yeah, but I'm just trying to think. I always try to think of like what I can use to replace the word happen. Sometimes it's allowed, you know, taking accountability. I allowed this.
Taking place, occurring,
yeah,
drawing to me, creating. And you know what? You can, I have a synonym book also, but write them down, type them out, and hang them on the wall. You know, like here, I have here on the wall, I don't know. And I will turn the camera around, you can see it. You can see my wall. I hope you can see this. When you see, look here. I don't know. I crossed it out. I wonder what. I will ponder on that. I will think on that. I need to meditate on that. You can do exactly the same with the word happen. Just type it out, and then the words you like to replace it with, because want is another one of those horrible words, the word you would like to replace it with, write them there and have it in front of your face. I do that all the time. I look at all the stuff that I choose to cut out of my life. Repetition is the mother of learning, and you two, you both have children. How long did it take for you to have your child say, Mama, Papa, right? You said it over and over and over, and you thought it in your head, and you projected it on your child. It took a long time. And remember, that child has nothing going on in its mind, doesn't have to think about cooking dinner, cleaning the house, going out and being loving to a spouse, whatever. That child has nothing in its head, yet it took months before it could say, Mama, Papa. Yeah, think about that.
Yeah, another really...
What I'm saying is, don't beat yourself up on this.
Another good one is I can't, and replacing that with I choose not to, or I choose to. That was one that I got real early on.
Yeah.
You know?
How can I? How can I? How can I?
How can I? But also taking accountability, saying, you know, you can't. No, you choose not to.
You can do anything. The point is, you can do anything that comes up in your head. The question is always, are you willing to do it? Are you willing to pay the price? Because there is nothing that you cannot do. Nothing.
Well, no, somebody might say, oh, I can't get to the party. I can't go to your party. No, you choose not to go to the party. Exactly. Even at our ages, if we would like, for some oddball reason, to become a Olympian, you know, we can. I have seen movies of people who are in their 50s, 60s, who went from grossly obese to athletes. Right? It's a choice. It's a decision, and it's a choice. All right, Markel, I'm ready for the next.
All right. No one knows precisely what electricity is, but the world has learned to harness electricity and make it serve in almost unlimited useful ways. Do not forget that it was organized thought that brought electricity under control. Thought is the master of all forms of energy because it is a form of energy mixed with intelligence. Thought holds the solution to every problem we face. It is the master of poverty, misery, worry, and fear. Thought is the source of all riches, whether material, physical, or spiritual. It is the means by which you can claim the 12 riches of life. However, thought is of little use in the accumulation of riches until it is organized and directed toward definite ends through a definite major purpose. Like electricity, thought is a power that can destroy as readily as it constructs. If it is not controlled and applied to constructive ends, electricity will turn the wheels of industry and convert darkness into light, or it will snuff out life according to the intelligence with which it is applied. Thought will do the same, although it works in a different manner through the brain. The pages of medical history are filled with records of cases of people who have committed suicide through the negative application of thought. Every psychologist, every psychologist, every psychologist knows that the negative application of thought is responsible for much of the misery and poverty in the world. The world came into an understanding of the principle and uses of electricity very slowly. But it did learn at long last how to harness and use electricity. Slowly, the world is learning how to harness and use the power of thought. Most people search throughout their lifetime for worldly riches, not recognizing that the source of all riches is already within their reach and under their control. It is waiting only to be recognized and used. This is no mere assumption of truth, but it is a fact known to successful people. They have learned the secret of the power of thought and have appropriated that power and used it for the solution of their problems. For example, most people go through life without recognizing the source of power that is available to them through the application of the Mastermind Alliance. The accurate thinker not only recognizes the existence of this principle, but makes use of it as a method of multiplying mind power. Accurate thinkers surround themselves with a Mastermind Alliance consisting of at least 4 different types of talent: a spiritual advisor, a financial advisor, a health advisor, a personal advisor. Beyond this, you may require additional types of mastermind allies, including technical advisors, professional advisors, and other types of counselors, depending upon the nature and scope of your definite major purpose and goals. Andrew Carnegie required more than 20 personal advisors in his Mastermind Alliance. Each of them made a contribution that was essential in the manufacture and distribution of steel. The President of the United States requires a Mastermind Alliance consisting not only of the members of the cabinet, but a great number of other advisors who know what is going on throughout the world. Without these allies, the President could not direct the affairs of our government effectively. Search whenever you will, and you will discover that successful people have friendly allies whose experience are constantly being used in connection with a definite major purpose. General Motors, Chrysler's, and Ford maintain a veritable army of technical advisors, engineers, chemists, and research people, without whose service these vast businesses could not be successfully conducted. If successful people recognize the necessity of mastermind alliances, and they must if they remain successful, shouldn't unsuccessful people turn to this source of aid in the solution of their problems? Change your course if you have been trying to go it alone. Stop deceiving yourself and get on the grand concourse that leads to success, where you may travel with successful men and women who are going in the same direction. Stop trying to think out your problems alone and begin using the knowledge, experience, and judgment of others. All are available to you if you will ally yourself with them on some mutually beneficial basis. Remember that we move only by the inspiration of an appropriate motive. We usually group ourselves together in mastermind alliances for mutually beneficial purposes. Such an alliance, if it is to endure and prosper, must provide adequate benefits for all who participate in it, given proportion to that which you hope to get when you set up your mastermind alliance. Selfishness will destroy your chances of success, whether the alliance is in marriage, business, or occupation. When you come to giving, remember the principle of going the extra mile and give generously. Give first, give willingly, give in a positive mental attitude. We have never yet known of anyone who gave too generously to a mastermind alliance, but we have known of many who gave grudgingly. These have usually paid dearly for their mistake. People of sound character do not care to receive anything that is given grudgingly or under the stress of coercion. When we speak of giving, we refer to values besides money and material things. There are the gifts of friendship, gifts of love and affection, gifts of commendation for services rendered. All these gifts bring their benefits in equivalent scope and values. The accurate thinker will overlook none of these. Most people will work harder for a word of praise than they will for money alone. There is something of the spirit of appreciation for this kind of gift in everyone. The desire for recognition is one of the basic 10 motives that inspires all voluntary action. Do not overlook it in your mastermind alliance, and you will do well to remember it in all your relationships. Be generous in your expression of appreciation of the goodwill and friendship of others. It will be one of your greatest investments. Do not confine your expression of appreciation to the rich and powerful alone, for the poor and the weak of today may become the rich and powerful of tomorrow. If the circumstances of your life are not to your liking, you may change them by changing your mental attitude to conform with the circumstances you desire. This will be brought about by the law of harmonious attraction, through which like attracts like in every circumstance of life. Should I stop there or keep going?
I guess we can stop. There's so much more to this. Oh my God. So we'll probably have to do at least one more week of this.
And that's fine. It's great stuff. It's great information.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's funny. Yeah, we can stop there for now. I feel like what we read was what I just shared about before, you know, about the accurate thinking and the organized thinking, and that, you know, how the thoughts can be used negatively or positively. And, you know, if we're not definite on what we're focusing on, we're really not doing ourselves any favors at all. So, you know, it's just getting that focus, getting that vision, getting that definite major purpose. And I don't know, maybe some people have an easier time than others. And I think also, you know, they talk about knowing what you love. Like, what do you love to do? You know, someone like me, like personally, I don't know, and I've never known, and up until this moment, let me state that, what I love to do. Now, I mean, and so I'm looking forward to discovering like what I love to do, because once I can define what I love.
That's what John Acuff talks about, because we hear so many things. You know, you got to love what you do. You got to. That's for, I would say, 99.6% of the population really a challenge. And John Acuff in his book
Happiness or something.
The book is called Start. He has one question which really resonated with me in order to find out what it is that you truly love to do. Look at yourself and ask your close surroundings, if it doesn't come up for you, what is it? What can I not stop doing? What can I not stop doing? What is that red thread that runs through your life? Like for me, it's always helping people in developing themselves, in pointing out that their thoughts are omnipotent, and that's my thing. And I've done that when I was much younger in a different way, and it took a long time for me to discover that. So ask yourself that question. I have it on the wall, that's why. What can I not stop doing? That will get you onto the path, I believe. May help.
Yeah, that's good. Thanks, Elvira. I was thinking about that. I think it's, for me, you know, I like to help people with their spiritual and their mind, you know, kind of coming into, well, not kind of, I love tying in the mind to the universe, and just what we're talking about. I mean, how all the choices that we make, you know, affect our lives.
And then you have your knack. You have your, because so many people love to do it, and it's very vague. We all have our little knack, little niche in the woods. Because Amber, look at your past and look what you have created in your life. That is in the personal development arena where you can be a star, where you can help others. And you know what? I want to help the whole world. Well, let me be very blunt. I love men, but I prefer to work with women because only a woman understands a woman. So for you, Amber, I can see it so plainly, and you don't see it for yourself. You don't see that big tree standing there in the entire forest. For you to focus on women who are going through what you went through and how you pulled yourself out of it, in combination with everything that you're doing and learning now from Dr. Napoleon Hill, that is so powerful. As I said before, if you only write a small book about it, that will put you, oh my gosh, so much higher up the ladder. She's written a book and she's overcome what she overcame, and this is so exciting. I want to listen to this woman. I want to follow this woman. And that's how you can help. I don't want to say millions, but yes, you can help millions of women. Millions.
Wow. Yeah, you see it better than I do. Thank you.
I do, honey. I admire you so much for where you are. I honestly do. I admire you. And you've got a gift. I mean, wow. Apart from the fact that you're very attractive, that is so important for people. You have this gift of easy talking. You express yourself really good, and you can, through what we're doing here, you will hone your skills. And you know what you went through, and you know how the hardship was. So nobody can cough up an excuse, come up to you and say like, oh, Amber, but you don't understand. You go like, I do understand. I've been there. I've done that. I've got the t-shirt. So I understand where you are, girl. I can help you, provided you want to help yourself. Read my book first.
Read my book. Okay, I'm going to write something down then. I'm going to try to work on that.
Well, read that book, what I gave you, that PDF. Just go through it. Do that.
I mean, well, you know, God speaks to us through other people. So I take everything you're saying to heart, and I will definitely research that. And thank you for all that. Appreciate it.
Sure.
Yeah, that was very nice, and I didn't take any offense at all about you just focusing on women. But
no, because listen where you are, Markel. I look at you. You're a young man. You're really a young man, but you're on this path that is just like, oh my gosh, it's so insane. So look at all the friends around you. Look at where they are. That could be your mission by helping them in this, because you're passionate about the material. So your peers, the people around you, which most likely could use some guidance, because, excuse me, I didn't get it in high school. I don't know what kind of school you went to, but I didn't get any of this in high school. So you can just do something, and maybe they have younger brothers. You know, just focus on your own sex, to be very honest, because only a guy understands a guy, only a woman understands a woman, and it's been like that since the day of dawning. So there is enough people. There's like 3 billion people, Markel, you can focus on.
Yeah, definitely. To talk about like what we love to do right now, you know, I'm very passionate about music and poetry, and I'm actually in the middle of writing a book of poetry, and I entitled it Thoughts of a Thinker, a book of poems. And I'm working hard on that right now. That's why I've been behind the scenes lately. And I'm actually studying with Hakeem to be a hypnotist, a certified hypnotist. Got a lot going on right now, a lot of projects that I'm working on. And one of the things that I love to do is I love to influence people. And like you was just saying, Alvira, you know, I'm around a lot of people every day. And I won't say that they need it, because we all need it, but that need it the most. They're the ones who always, like, the things that I hear them say about themselves is very detrimental. And by them not even knowing that it's detrimental, they continue to repeat the process, and they wonder why they continue to go through the struggle, because that's all they embrace. That's all they think about. You know, when I say you can do better, and you can do better, you can be better, you can have better, they look at me like I'm the crazy person. Then I whip out the book on them, thinking Grow Rich or something real fast, and they be like, man, you still reading that book? Because I've been reading the book for a while now, and I usually take it everywhere I go. So they looking at me like, wow, this dude he's serious about this. Maybe we should start listening to him. And now I get them through my music, because, you know, repetition is the father of learning. And the more you listen to music, it gets programmed in your subconscious. So I chose to stop using profanity in my music, to stop. I never endorsed violence in my music, but I did curse a lot. So, I stopped cursing because I actually want my daughter to be able to listen to my music too. So now I make nothing but motivational music, inspiring music, and I do it in my poems as well too. And I'm very passionate about that. That's something I can do without getting paid for. I love it. I know I'm a big influence around the people that I'm around all the time, which is basically friends and family. But when I go out into the public, it's like I have no problem with talking to people now. I used to be shy, like when I used to be shy and scared to just even do something like this. I used to be all shy and nervous and sweating and stuff, but now it comes easily because I got that purpose in life. I know where I'm going. I know where I want to end up. So it's just like this is a stepping stone to get me there. Whether we got one person watching or 1,000 people watching, I'm sure we all do our hangouts in that manner of trying to effectively reach people and influence them to know that they can do better, because I feel like we some perfect examples. And about the Mastermind Alliance, Alvira sent me a message a couple of days ago that was very, very inspiring. You uplifted me a lot, Alvira. I thank you for that. And I love you. I love both of y'all.
Well, here's the thing what came up for me while you were talking, and I just, honest to Pete, I got to express this. I got a thought for you, Markel. Do a hangout once a week with the guys you know. I believe that the friends who are hanging around you, most likely they will have a computer or they have a cell phone on which they can go online. Do a hangout once a week for 1 hour. Talk to them first and say, like, listen, guys, I'd like to help you move forward in life. And what you do in that hangout, you just tell, how is your week going? What did you do? What have you done? What do you like to do? Just very, very casual. And all you're going to be doing, what is the intention of that hangout together is a couple of things. First of all, it gives you exposure to each other. So you get over the fear of criticism. It shows you to yourself because you're going to look back. This will give you confidence. But what's the most important thing, Markel, and you said it also, the most important thing is catch each other on their words. So you tell about your week, and it happened, and I was trying, and this and that, and there is a wrong word. You say, like, oh, stop. Bob, you use this word, and Bob, and just help each other in eliminating words. If you do that, if there's like 5 guys on there and everybody tells about their week and you start to catch each other on their words, I still do it with Dorothy and she does it with me, and we've known each other for what, 6-7 years on the phone, and we just do it. We just can't, because here is the thing, you will get more confidence as your vocabulary gets better, as your scope of words get better. I learn every day, and I love this book. I love this book. This is such a good book. It's different than the dictionary, and I don't know what it costs. It's like $15 or $16, something like that. I look up words. I go like, what is that? Like, I've added a word to my vocabulary. Vigilant. I love the word vigilant. It's so nice. You got to be aware. Vigilant. I love it. Mostly what I would like to suggest, what you're doing now, as you said, you're cutting out the cursing, you're cutting out the wrong words, catching each other on each other's words while you give yourself exposure, just because that will help you in society also. Just get out of the hoodie and the sunglasses. I can't stand these pictures of people on Facebook who have these sunglasses on. I go like, excuse me, what are you hiding? Don't do this. I mean, and I always send everybody a note when they don't have a picture or a picture of a dog, of a car, and go like, no picture, no friendship reliance. You change it, then we'll be friends. That's very simple. It all has to do with self-confidence, expressing, and with that, slowly, you come into the thinking of where you're going. So can you see, Markel, what I see, what might be just something that you could do if you could carve out one hour a week with a group of maybe, no women, just guys, 4 or 5 guys, and you're not going to talk about vulgarities because that's not the intention, but talk about how was your week. Okay, everybody tells how their week was, and this is the purpose. Just a thought that came up for me, and thank you, God.
Thank you. I appreciate that, and I'm going to do that. I'm definitely going to do that.
I'm thinking of doing it for myself as well, with a couple of girls.
You should.
Yeah, just grab the girls and say like, okay, once a week, this time we'll have a hangout together, and this is what we're going to be doing. All right. Yoo-hoo!
Yay! Thanks, Elvira. And Markel does have a it's not it's different, but I do want to tell everybody that Markel has a call. He has a weekly call, right? Markel, are you still doing it on Tuesday nights?
Yeah, I changed the time from 7 to 12.
Oh, noon?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so Tuesdays at noon you have your call. And that's a really good call. And you have a lot of people on that, actually.
I do. It's growing daily, and I use that, you know, to help myself as well. You know, I'm not only helping the people on the call, but that's actually pushing me to learn more and to develop and grow more. And as I do it, you know, I bring it to other people awareness as well. You know, it's not a secret or anything. It's just that people not looking for the information.
Right, right. Well, wow, lots of gold nuggets today.
Well, that's great. That's great, Markel, that you changed that, because I could never, this was Tuesday at 7 o'clock or something. I could never make that because I had another thing, and I went like, ah. So I'm glad you changed it.
Yeah, I changed it to accommodate more people. You know, there's a lot of people that got a lot going on around that time, and I want to be able to reach more people and to get the message out to more people. So I decided to change the time to 12.
Yeah, and you can ask on that call, you can ask who is up for doing the challenge of, you know, doing a hangout once a week with just the guys, who is up for doing that? You can ask it there. Inbox me, and you will get the guys, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. Markel, what's the number for your thing, for your call?
It is 531. Wait, hold on. I'm like, what is my number? It's 530-881-1300, and the access code is 726-410#.
And this is on Tuesday?
Yes, 12 Central.
So that is 1 o'clock Eastern, 1 p.m. Eastern.
Yes.
Okay, great.
And what I do is, you know, I just ask people for a topic that they want me to discuss. So if one of y'all got a topic y'all want me to talk about, feel free to shoot it to me, and I'll get on it.
Excellent.
Nice. Good.
All right. Well, cool. Well, I think it's time to end this broadcast. And we've covered
For today.
We've covered a ton of great information. This is one of those ones you probably want to listen to a couple times, and so you can read along. And we covered some really great stuff today. So join us next Saturday at 10:30, same time, same channel, same station. And up until then, I guess, you know, we'll see you then, and think and grow rich. So
Thanks for tuning in.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.